Good morning, children. This is 6th standard maths, chapter 10, mensuration. So, in your part 2 textbook, you can find this chapter, mensuration. This mensuration chapter is based on geometry. So, in geometry part of the mathematics, we studied different shapes. So, in mensuration, which comes under the branch of geometry, we study the different shapes. Mainly, we study in this chapter about rectangle, square, triangle, pentagon, hexagon, and so on. So, children, let us begin the chapter mensuration. In your textbook, children, you can observe these figures. So, these figures are nothing but they are called as plane figures. These are called as plane figures. Then, what are these plane figures? The plane figures are the two-dimensional shaped figures. The two-dimensional shaped figures are those figures which is having length and breadth measurement. Those figures are called as two-dimensional figures. Therefore, these are plane figures. So, in these figures, you can observe that they are made up of either straight lines or like this curved lines or both straight and curved lines. So, in these figures, you can observe the plane figures which are made of straight lines, curved lines, or both straight and curved lines also you can observe in these figures, and these are the plane figures. The next topic in mensuration is perimeter. What does this perimeter mean? Look into these figure, children. Now, if we start from the point S, look into the first figure A. This is a triangle. So, if we start from the point S and move along this line segment, children, line segment means it will be having two end points. Therefore, in a triangle, there is a line segment. Therefore, if we start from the point S and move along this line segment, like this, and again like this, if we reach again the point S, so that it will make a complete one round. Next, if we look into the figure B, if we start from S in this way, we will come back to the point S. After completing one round, we will come back to the original point S. In the same way, look into the figure C, children. If we start from the point S, which is given by the arrow mark, then if we move like this, children, again we come back to the point S after one complete round. From these examples, we can understand about the perimeter. Then, from these figures, we can say what is the perimeter. So, children, perimeter is the distance covered along the boundary, forming a closed figure when you go round the figure once. So, these figures are all the closed figures, and these are the distance. That means if we start from the point S, we are moving in this distance. So, this is the distance of the closed figure. Then we are moving along the boundary. So, therefore, perimeter is the distance covered along the boundary which forms a closed figure when you go round the figure once. We have one more definition for the perimeter, that is the distance covered in a closed figure is called as the perimeter. So, this perimeter will be along the boundary. Therefore, it is the distance around the closed figure is also called as the perimeter. Now the next point is the formulas for the perimeter of the rectangle, square, equilateral triangle, pentagon, regular hexagon and regular octagon. So children, the rectangle is very familiar to you all. In a rectangle, opposite sides are equal and it has length and breadth. Therefore, rectangle is a two-dimensional figure, and in a rectangle, each angle is equal to 90 degree. Therefore, we can calculate the perimeter of a rectangle, that is the distance around the closed figure. So, rectangle is a closed figure. So, the distance of that rectangle is the perimeter. Therefore, perimeter of a rectangle is given by the formula 2 into L plus B, where L is the length and B is the breadth. Second is the perimeter of a square. So, square is also familiar to you all children. A square is also a closed figure which has 4 sides, and in a square, all the 4 sides are equal and each angle in a square is equal to 90 degree. So, the perimeter of a square is given by the formula 4 into length of a side. So, if you know the value of length of one side in a square, then the remaining 3 sides also will be equal. Therefore, the perimeter of a square is given by the formula 4 into length of a side. Next, perimeter of equilateral triangle. We know that there are mainly 3 types of triangle: equilateral triangle, isosceles triangle, scalene triangle. In equilateral triangle, all the 3 sides are equal and all the 3 angles also will be equal. Whereas in isosceles triangle, 2 opposite sides will be equal and 2 angles will be equal. Whereas in scalene triangle, all the 3 sides are unequal. So, now we are learning the perimeter of equilateral triangle is equal to 3 into length of a side. So, when one of the side measurement of equilateral triangle is known, then the other 2 sides will be equal. So, triangle is also a closed figure bounded by 3 sides. So, in an equilateral triangle, if one side measurement is known, then the other 2 sides will be equal. Therefore, perimeter of equilateral triangle is equal to 3 into length of a side. Next, we have the perimeter of pentagon. So, children, this pentagon is a polygon. We know that a polygon is a 3 or more than 3-sided figure. We call it as a polygon. So, this pentagon means in a pentagon there will be 5 sides. Such 5-sided polygon is called as a pentagon. Therefore, the perimeter of pentagon is given by the formula 5 into length of one side. The next is perimeter of regular hexagon. So, children, in regular hexagon is again a polygon having the 6 sides. Hexa means 6 children. In pentagon, pent means it is 5. Therefore, in regular hexagon is also a polygon having the 6 sides. And in regular hexagon, if we know the length of one side, the remaining 5 sides will be equal. Therefore, in a regular hexagon, all the 6 side measurement are equal. And the perimeter of regular hexagon is equal to 6 into length of one side. Next is perimeter of regular octagon. Octa means 8. Therefore, octagon is also a polygon of having the 8 sides. So, in a regular octagon, if one side is known, then the remaining 7 sides will be equal. Therefore, in a regular octagon, 8 sides are equal in measurement. And the perimeter of a regular octagon is calculated using the formula 8 into length of one side. Therefore, children, equilateral triangle, pentagon, regular hexagon and regular octagon, we can observe one common property that all the sides are equal. In equilateral triangle, 3 sides are equal. In pentagon, 5 sides are equal. In regular hexagon, all the 6 sides are equal. In regular octagon, 8 sides are equal. Then, what do we call such when all the sides are equal in length? So, children, One more point we need to remember that when all the sides are of equal length, then angles also will be of equal measure in these figures. Therefore, such figures, when all the sides are of equal length and all the angles are all of equal measure, then such figures are known as regular closed figures. And this square, equilateral triangle are some of the examples for regular closed figures. So children, in a regular closed figures, we find all the sides are of equal length and all the angles of equal measure. Square, equilateral triangle, regular hexagon, regular octagon, they are all the examples for regular closed figures. The next part we are going to study in mensuration is about area. What is this area? That is the amount of surface enclosed by a closed figure. So these are all the closed figures. They are occupying certain surface in this plane figure. So this is paper is a plane. So these figures are having occupied with a certain surface, and the amount of surface enclosed by the closed figure is called as the area. These are the examples, children. Look into the first figure. This is a circle, this is a rectangle, and this is a triangle. So children, if you look into the first figure, we have two circles. One is a smaller circle, then the another one is a bigger circle. So while comparing two circles, children, which one occupies a larger area? Yes, definitely it is the larger circle. Therefore, the amount of surface enclosed by the closed figure is area. Consider the second. We have smaller rectangle and bigger rectangle. Which one occupies a larger area, children? Of course, it is a rectangle which is having the greater measurement. That is the bigger rectangle. Second one. Now, these two are triangles, smaller and larger rectangle. Which one occupies a larger area? This bigger triangle occupies a larger area and smaller triangle occupies the smaller area. Therefore, from this we can come to a conclusion that, children, area is the amount of surface enclosed by the closed figure. So again we have to study in area concept about rectangle and square. So children, to calculate the area of rectangle and square, we have the formula. You can observe here, this is a rectangle. AB represents the length, which is the greater measurement, and BC represents the breadth, which is smaller in measurement when compared to length. So now if you observe this rectangle ABCD, it is occupying certain surface in this plain paper. Therefore, in order to calculate the area of rectangle, we have the formula that is equal to length into breadth. So in a rectangle, opposite sides are equal, and one more point you need to remember in a rectangle is, children, opposite sides are parallel also. Parallel lines means the lines which do not meet at any point. So these opposite sides are parallel and equal, and all the four angles measures 90 degree. Again, if you come to this square, children, PQRS, all the four sides are equal and each angle measures 90 degree. So the area of the square is calculated using the formula side into side. Therefore, area of a square is given by side into side, and area of the rectangle is equal to length into breadth. So area is the amount of surface enclosed by the closed figure. We have the perimeter, that is the distance covered along the boundary forming a closed figure when you go round the figure once. And we have studied the perimeters of the certain shapes such that of equilateral triangle, rectangle, square, regular, hexagon, regular octagon and pentagon. So in the area we have studied about area of the rectangle and area of the square. I hope children the introduction part of this chapter mensuration is clear to you all. The important point you need to remember in introduction part is the formulas of perimeter and area of the different shapes. Thank you children.